welcome back to Hermitcraft. Alright. Well, I want to thank all of y'all because there's been a lot of good suggestions in the comments concerning the lighting thing and a few other things as well. And I'm going to be using some of that with great thanks because it was really helpful. I appreciate it no end, I'll tell you. I think the first thing that I want to do is start actually tearing this mess apart and start about the business of getting this machinery built in what is going to be its actual final home. And so, here I am, breaking up the chests and so on as the first step in that. And yeah, I would probably be doing some kind of third-person speed-up time lapse or something like that. But right now, I'm just not really feeling up to it. I have been going back and forth like crazy with this whole migraine thing. It's getting better. I have to say that. It is. But it's a slow process, and it is frequently accompanied with periods of time that it, for a little while, flares back up and gets worse. And like yesterday was a real witch. I'll put it that way. It was bad because every single time I figured that I was okay to go ahead and set up and start recording, I no sooner get all set to go and ready to hit record than this thing starts flaring up again, and it's really bad when that happens. And so I ended up having to stop, and it got to the point where basically all I could pretty much do is sit in the dark and wait for it to go away. And so on. Really annoying, really aggravating, and I know that all of the difficulties I have had in the last few weeks between super slow internet, just rural internet being rural, and so on, and health issues and migraine things and all kinds of stuff like that, I know it's affecting me negatively because in the last month I have been losing a lot of subscribers because of it. I see it on the YouTube analytics thing and on Social Blade and whatnot, and an awful lot of people have decided that, hey, TinFoilChef is not somebody to watch. And they have said their farewell with the unsubscribe button. Terribly shocking, I know, but there you go. And I know a lot of it is just simply because I haven't been able to put out videos on a regular basis, or I haven't felt up to really doing anything awesome or anything like that. Although here I am in a huge ginormous project. I always find myself in these huge ginormous projects, a lot of which never actually quite get finished. Yeah, go figure. Anyway, so trying to not let all of that mess get to be bothering me too much, because I'm really trying to work on things and make stuff better and so on. It's like a lot of times people will suggest to me, and frequently they will do so in the most helpful manner, the most well-intentioned helpful manner that can be, that you know, like for example, one that I get a lot is folks suggesting that, you know, it would really be great if I were to get a new microphone, get a better microphone, you know, something like that. And some people have even sent me links to pages about microphones that they think would be a lot better for me. And you know something? Each and every one of those folks is right. They are. I need a better mic. This Turtle Beach X12 that I'm using right now, it's good, and when I first got it, it was awesome. It really was. But there is a few things that some folks are not taking into account. Number one is buying a new microphone. It's not going to happen right now. I can't. Even if I had money for it, I couldn't put it towards a microphone right now because I am primarily concerned with not spending another winter with no heat. I've spent several of the last several winters. Well, since 2012, I've probably spent most winters with no heat throughout the coldest part of the year. And that's problematic. It's not good. And so one of my big priorities in life is to make sure that I don't have to do that again. I don't know that I'm going to get there, but I'm going to certainly try. And so things like buying microphones and being able to do other things like work out a better arrangement for the computer that doesn't have it quite so close to the noisy side of the air conditioner, which would probably be in the sound right now if Audacity was not able to remove it, which most of the time Audacity can't fix that. Although I wonder if maybe sometimes people saying I need a better microphone is just simply that they're hearing the air conditioning in the background and thinking that that's just a crappy mic when it might just be a really sensitive mic picking up the air conditioning. I don't know. It could be. In any event, I think maybe I need to stop yammering and rambling and just get this teardown completed and get this machine built in its new spot and come back when I've got that done. Well, it's moved. Got it all over here. And it looks good. Now what I've done here is I took this down this way to exactly as far as I had figured I'd need to. And that's when I realized this wall was not far enough that way to have slices of the machine going this way. And so for the time being, I've decided to not bother with that. Instead, where that line of cobblestone is will be a chain of hoppers that goes over this way, turns that way, and feeds this side of the machine. I figure that'll be a reasonably easy way to do it. And also, by moving this wall back, I can make either side here longer. And just move the hopper chain that goes across to connect them. No big deal there. A little bit of annoying, but not bad. Now, there was a lot of good input on the lighting. And most folks, whether they chose this type or that type or different variations on either, suggested that it should be a couple of blocks high, a block or so higher or whatever, so that it would be centered on the wall. And that makes perfect sense to me. And you know something? When I was putting this up, something else occurred to me. What if I did something, see, what's the spacing? 3, okay. What if I did something like this? Put that in, break that. And just leave the end rods there floating. I kind of like the look of that. Yeah. I'm sincerely tempted to do that because I kind of like the look of it. Because nothing against the stone brick. Stone brick is fantastic. But it's sort of, the stone brick sort of takes away from this. I don't know, maybe it should, but anyway, I'm severely tempted to go with the no stone brick stairs, no nothing, just end rods floating up against the wall like that. That might just be cool. I mean, they're supposedly a magical-ish kind of thing anyway, so why not? Well, you know, they come from the end. And so, get this all down here, and everything's all cool. Get this all set up exactly where it was supposed to be, and I get down here and I realize that this whole wall is exactly one block too close to the machine, because there's supposed to be a one block gap there, in which this mess with the lighting would fit nicely. Yeah. Now, where the back wall is an optional thing and I can put it off as long as I want, this wall absolutely must come down and be moved back one block. Of course, that means moving some of this other stuff too, but whatever. No big deal. It's going to be annoying is what it's going to be. It's going to take me about an hour or so to fix that. And assuming I don't have to take breaks for things that interrupt. Yeah. So, I guess I'm going to go ahead and move that wall back a block. Honestly, I'm tempted to move it back 2 blocks and then come over here and move this back another block. I'm not sure if that's a great idea or worth doing, but I'm thinking about it, as much as I hate the idea of having to do either. But there you go. In any event, this thing is coming together. It's in its final position now. Now, as for all of this, being able to see all this stuff here, what my thought is here, some form of stair, upside down here. These chests down at the bottom are still reachable. And then whatever block up here, block or pattern or something going up to the ceiling, probably with more end rod lighting on it, to kind of conceal. It conceals the bulk of the machine over there and just leaves the chests at the bottom accessible and visible. The rest of it is nicely closed off. Still got to work out the details on that, like what sort of a manner of thing with blocks here. Like the upside down stairs, definitely. Stone brick, almost certainly. Up here, perhaps it should be this chisel stuff. And then up above that be stone brick or diorite or some combination. Maybe some kind of a like this wall pattern here with the chisel on top, bottom, and sides, and diorite in the middle. Perhaps something that is similarly reflective of that design idea. I don't know. Still thinking about it. It's going to take a while to figure that out, I think, unless somebody has a genius idea, which I would be more than happy to shamelessly use. I refrain from using the word steal, because if you suggest it in the comments, you're obviously okay with me using it. Yeah, so there we go. And that's the next step. I got to get this wall moved before I do anything else over here, because otherwise the wall's just going to be in the way. And that would be annoying as all get out. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And get working on that. And then get this machine completely finished off. Well, except for this decorative part, but functionally finished off. So that maybe, who knows, OMG, I might someday in the next couple of weeks be able to move on to another project. God only knows what that might be or how humongous it might get. But there you go. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here. It's time to take painkillers again.